What it do? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is video number 3, and today we are going to be going through what's in my bag. Alright, so to preface this, I'm going to say that a lot of the stuff that's in this bag right now is not necessarily always in my bag. It is the weekend, so I do have more like weekend orientated things in here, but typically a majority of the stuff is usually there. But then the other stuff I do usually have, but only during the weekend, if that makes sense. I'm very particular in that way. So let's have a look. Firstly, I'm going to describe the bag itself, not this specific bag, but just what I usually carry as a bag. So I actually like very small, compact bags that can just fit the most basic necessities and like whatever you absolutely need in your bag. During the week, you'll see me carry like a bit of a larger bag, which I should show you. I'll show you. But during the week, I carry usually a larger bag. The only reason is that I can then fit my gym clothes in there as well. I'm quite active at the gym, so it's very important for me to accommodate for that at all times. But otherwise, I just like a compact bag that's pretty much the size of my phone or slightly bigger. And in this instance, I have this cutie over here. It's actually my favorite bag, the one that I have right now. Let's begin. So first we have the bag itself, like I mentioned, and then usually what I do is this is a recent thing that's actually saved my life from clutter and like making a mess in the bag that you have. And also it's just easier to move from bag to bag, but it's this little beauty bag. This is a very like random one from Dischem. I don't know if y'all know Dischem, if you're international, but Dischem is a pharmacy, but it's one of those pharmacies that are like Rite Aid in America or Dwayne Reed, where they sell a bunch of other stuff besides just those types of essentials. This was actually in a sale rack, very cheap, like 30 rands for those of you who care. And this has saved my life, honestly. I didn't think I would need it until my mom literally like forced it down my throat. And like I say, it saves you from clutter. I'm one of those people who some of the stuff that I keep in my bag does create a mess sometimes. And I'll find that like I have a sticky bag or something like that by the end of the day, which is obviously not ideal. So this has been the remedy for that. Another benefit of this is that you can literally just move it from bag to bag. So the stuff that you generally keep can just stay in here all the time, and you can just like whoop, out of this bag into another. So convenient. So within this bag, or rather, let me start with the actual bag. So, or what's in the bag itself. So within the bag itself, I have my AirPods. I'm not going to lie, they're usually in the other bag because they're with me all the time. But I'm one of those people who is always listening to music, to the point where people have actually complained that like they tried to talk to me, but I had my earphones in and it was impossible to actually get to me in public, which I'm actually shameless about because like I just love music. And if you want to talk to me and I'm not responding, please understand that I'm not being rude. I just can't hear you. But you can always come up to me and say hi properly. Just an idea. But yeah, I usually have these in this little bag here. And then I like to carry shades a lot of the time, just to protect you from the sun, but more likely to actually avoid making direct eye contact with people. If I can see your eyes, I can see what you're thinking, but I don't necessarily want you to know what I'm thinking. So those are actually a bit of a protective gear instead of just like for their actual purpose. And then I have deodorant usually in my bag. This is my weekend deodorant just because it's a bit of a nicer deodorant. I usually just put on like a random deodorant on normal days, but I do think it's important to have different things for different purposes, just so you can feel a bit special sometimes. I don't know, like I like to do something that's a bit different on a weekend so that I can feel a little bit more like I'm actually living my life rather than just like continuing with this cycle of stuff. And then in the actual little thing now, I usually have, just as a disclaimer as well, half of the stuff I'm going to present is almost finished at this point. So I do need to re-up on it soon. But I have Vaseline Lip Ice. I've been using this for about 4 years. It's one of the only products that actually work for my lips. I have very chronically dry skin, which is also prevalent in my lips as well, especially in the colder seasons like now. So this has been so handy for me for the last 4 years. One of the best products. And also I like red flavors and stuff, and perfect. It's not in the best condition, but that shows that I actually do use it. Funny enough, I actually have 3 variations, actually 4, of lip products. Because like I mentioned, I struggle with stuff with my skin. I also have this, I don't know what it's called. It's from Essence as well, I think. It's a coconut oil or coconut based lip treatment. It's a bit of a thicker one. Let's see if we can show you. It's a bit more of a thicker, creamier type of a thing. This one I use typically if it's a really cold day, because then I know my lips are gonna get really dry. So that's like the extra, you know, it gets into the good places a bit more than this one. This one's more like every day, keep it moisturized. And then this one's like my soldier for harder days. But I usually combine them if I'm gonna put this one on. It's this first and then this one. And thirdly, I've been using this a lot less, and it's pretty much finished at this point, but I also use lip gloss from Woolworths. It is tinted, but it's like similar to my lips anyways. It doesn't look that way, but I promise you it is. This has been the only lip gloss that I actually have loved using, simply because I found with a lot of lip glosses, they do get a bit contaminated. And so from like applying and all of this stuff, you'll end up having like a mixture of stuff that's not just lip gloss. And for some reason, this hasn't had that effect. I don't know why, but it's just worked really well. Maybe it's scented. I don't know. Maybe I just don't pick up on it. But that's been the best one for me. And then the next lip product that I usually have, and last one, is a lip liner. This one is from Rimmel London. Writing is pretty much scratched out at this point. There's no point in me showing you, but it's like a, I don't know if I'm gonna apply it for you, but it's like a brown lip liner. It just flattens out my lips. I'm not a huge makeup person, so I literally have maybe 4 products that I use overall, and then one of which is daily, and it's not this one. I actually don't use this often, like I said. So this I apply if I want to feel a little bit different, or like, I don't know, just want to be, I don't know, like if I feel like wearing some sort of makeup, I'll just put on this very basic flat color and just matte out my face, and I'll feel a little bit more stunning than usual, I guess. But yeah, as I say, I'm not a huge makeup person. The makeup I do use, now this is the next product that's in my bag, and this one's usually there, is mascara. This is the only makeup product that I can say I use frequently. I use mascara every single day. Reason being is that this is a lash growth mascara, so it actually inhabits or encourages the growth of your lashes while also making them look very nice and full. I'm also not a huge fan of like extreme mascara. Like I don't want you to look at my face and just see eyelashes. I do highly appreciate very natural looking things. So what this one does is it's volume, but it's not like extreme. And I also don't really put a lot of like layers on there. I usually put a single layer on each eyelash and then just let them have a bit more of an accentuation rather than like this pizzazz of like extra stuff, you know, and no judgment if you do that. It's just not my style. So that's the next thing. What's the brand here? Catrice. It's the only mascara I've ever actually used, and I've been using it for about 2 years now. Lifesaver. And then the next thing is a brow sculptor. I usually like to, so I do my own brows. I don't go to a service, which you can probably tell they're not the best looking brows. But I do my own brows, and I found that one of the secrets to having a nicer looking, cleaner looking face is to keep your brows maintained and to keep them well groomed. So I do constantly sort of tweeze them, not with a tweezer, with a whole other tool, but like I try and keep them maintained. And then what I'll do at the end of every day, or like at the end of every like face session when I get ready, is I'll do this like brow sculpting thing. It's a brush, really. It does have like a little bit of like an inky thing, but I avoid making contact with my face on that, simply because I do, as I say, appreciate a natural look a lot more than I do something that looks like I don't know, that's more superficial. Again, no judgment if you do, but that's just my personal taste. So yeah, I use this L'Oreal brow sculpt thing to keep the brows neat. Another thing, now I'm out of this, I do need to refill on it, but I do squeeze out little bits. I carry a conditioning oil for hair. This is from Woolworths. I absolutely love this product. I think it's my favorite product in my bag, actually, because it just helps keep your hair moist. As you can see, I have braids, and braids do tend to dry up quite a lot, at least for me. So to have this conditioning oil, I just kind of apply it when I feel like my braids have gotten a bit dry, and then I get the moisture right back in there, and it works like a charm. I love it. So I recommend this product. It is only available in Woolworths, so it's a probably local product. I don't know where the international people would find it, but yeah. Then the next thing I keep in my bag is a hand cream. My hands are chronically dry, like I mentioned. So it took me ages to find products that work for me. Maybe I'll even do a video next or sometime about the products and my skin journey and stuff like that. But I found this hand cream. Now, prior to this, I used to use coconut oil for my hands, irregardless of whether I'm at home getting ready or out. I'd like get a little container and put the coconut oil in there if I was going out. And that was the only thing that worked for me. But now I am trying to find more like skin design products, because coconut oil does have its downfalls as well. And the only product that I found that's an actual cream, like a traditional cream, that works for my hands is this pomegranate flavored hand cream. It smells really good. I wish you could smell it with me, but it's like the best. And every time someone actually uses it for my bag, they're like, oh my gosh, can I please get the name? I need it. So that's another Woolworths product. So if you're international, I'm sorry. I don't know where you're going to get it. But if you're in South Africa and or Australia, I believe you should be able to get your hands on one of them. Highly recommended. And then we're almost at the end. I just have 2 more items for you. Actually 3. The other one's not in here right now, but I'll tell you what it is. The next thing that I like to keep in my bag on a weekend more specifically is like a little perfume fragrance little sample thing. Yeah, things can get rough and you need to make sure that you're controlling that. Odor is, and worse off, I don't have a good nose, so I can't actually pick up when something smells. So I just try and keep myself safe by just applying anyways. But yeah, samples, collect those. They're good for, you know, little handy situations. You don't have to carry like a whole bottle. And you also know that you can just re-up, so you don't worry about how much you put in the morning or whatever. You just have your safety. The last thing that I have here, but it's not the last thing that I keep, is my wallet. not much to say there. And then the other thing, which isn't actually here, is my phone charger, just the cable. I am one of those people who carries my cable everywhere, and you'd be surprised at how many people think I'm a lifesaver just because of that. At my work, for example, my charger is everyone's charger. I'm the person who everyone comes to every single day asking to use my charger. So yeah, I keep it around. But that was my bag. So yeah, as you can see, it's just generally essentials that help you kind of refresh throughout the day. At some point I did keep like those water sprays that refresh your face, but my eyes used to react really badly to it. It wasn't like your typical avian water spray. It had like a formula. So I just kind of, if I feel like I need to refresh my face, I'll just won't. All right, so I mentioned I have a bigger bag. Here is that bag. It's my gym bag. It's a very cheap bag from Mr. Price. It was like 200 Rand. And people tease me because it's so big, but I'm like, I don't care. It has everything I need. It doesn't feel heavy when I carry it, no matter what I have in it. For some reason, the straps are very supportive. Yeah. And then my actual bag, I did not disclose. It's a bit of a bougie bag. It's from D Squared. It's a suede bag. My favorite bag. Not available in stores. It's really old. But anyways, that's all that's in my bag. If you liked this video and you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social medias at @BazMshvane, and see you in the next video. Peace.